Hello, my name is Anton. I'm a student at the design school UPROCK, and this is a presentation of my portfolio website project. This is the first project I'm doing from scratch, not a redesign without any client content, since the hypothetical client is basically myself. First, I had to figure out what kind of website I wanted. Since I didn't want to overwhelm the visitor with lots of information, I decided to simplify the text part and present it concisely. Frankly, because when I browse other portfolio websites, I don't absorb all those paragraphs about a passion for design, so I wanted to focus on showcasing what I can do. The first iteration involved writing the text as short and engaging as possible and sketching out the approximate structure of the pages. Then the most challenging part began, finding references and developing the visual concept. I was pulled in different directions, to be honest. That's why I ended up redrawing those pages from scratch 3 or even 4 times. I started the visual part by choosing fonts. I tried out several options and settled on a combination of a bit extravagant space grotesque for headers and I'd say it's simplified version outfit for the main text. From there you can already see the direct evolution of the pages, like it seems that only the arrows under the links remained from the first version. The second version was better, but it seemed too simple here and there. Then I attempted to add pixelated 3D graphics and even so-called chromatic aberrations, but I also abandoned that idea in favor of a less cluttered version. So by that point I had come up with quite a few cover ideas and it wasn't easy to choose just one. But why choose when you can use them all at the same time, right? So the idea for the cover was born where the style of the text constantly changes. And at this stage I also decided to add hand-drawn elements. For each problematic block I made several variations and then I worked in more detail on the selected versions. And all of this was done without adding colors or photos, because only when the structure was close to the final I added them. I also created different animation options for both the cover and the project list. The file is too big and isn't loading properly, I'm sorry. Next came the work on finer details on the main page and the project page. On the project page I added sliders to switch between desktop and mobile images. With this slider the page becomes less image heavy and easier to understand. Also I formatted text with collapsible categories to make it more convenient for the reader. So gradually the desktop pages made it to the final appearance and I started working on the adaptive versions. The most challenging part here was to save the idea of the cover. I tried different options, but in the end the closest to the desktop version was the most suitable. The adaptive layouts were completed in a couple of iterations. It was relatively simple and fast. So here are all the pages in their final form along with the style kit. I'm pleased with how this project turned out in the end. It is clear, structured, at first glance simple but effective. Some slightly unusual details will bring a positive impact on the user. Looking back, I can say that I really enjoyed working on this project. It took a lot of time for sure, but I learned a lot of interesting things and acquired many new skills. So if you want to take a closer look at this project or other cases I have, feel free to visit my page on Behance. Thank you for your attention and see you soon.